morning routine can make or break your day. Now, you might have heard a lot of people saying that, and a lot of times you might be like, oh, here we go again. These morning people suck. I hate them. They're just so annoying, and I get it. I'm a morning person. My wife is not a morning person, so I hear where you're coming from, but let me break this down today and tell you why it actually is important. It's not necessarily about getting up at the break of dawn. It's just about when you do get up, what does that first part of your day look like? Because that's going to set the intentionality for the day. What's up guys, Lewi here. I was reading a book recently called My Morning Routine by Benjamin Spall, and it's really, really good. He interviews a lot of successful entrepreneurs and business people and talks about their morning routine, what it all looks like, kind of what they do, how it helps them during the day, and it's very, very interesting. And the interesting thing throughout the book is there is a lot of constants. There's a lot of things that they all do very, very similar. So that leaves you thinking, okay, there has to be something here. It's not just like a few people like chiming in and being like, hey, I'm the best because I do this. It's across the board. People who do these things, doesn't matter what time of day, set themselves up to be more successful. So let's break them down and let's have a look at what these things are. Okay, so the first one, and again, take this with a pinch of salt, is waking up early. And why is that? Why are people waking up early? So a lot of the times for entrepreneurs and for busy people especially, it's just to get more time, to get more squeeze out of the day. For me personally, I get up around 5 every day. The reason I get up at that time is because I have a wife and kids, I have a business to run, I have multiple meetings during the day, I have a lot going on. So getting up at that time where no one needs me, where no one's grabbing me, where no one has to have a meeting with me, it gives me like an hour of my life where I can just go and get it done and then get back. So like having this time of day just for yourself, to focus on yourself, to set yourself up from all the bombardment that's going to come at you for the rest of the day is super important to me, and it really, really helps. Now, what you do with that time matters. It's not like you wake up at 5 and go downstairs and put on the news and just watch the news for an hour or 2 hours before the kids get up for school. That's insane. What it does is gives you a runway to get through all of these tasks that we're going to outline here. So the first one is to hydrate your body. Now, a lot of people go straight for the coffee cup when they wake up in the morning to get them going. But what's interesting is that water specifically is way more important to start with. So 8 to 16 ounces in the morning actually kickstarts your metabolism and starts things running for the day. So typically I have at least a glass or 2 of water before I go over and start drinking coffee. Okay, the second big one that all across the board that they do is meditate. We've talked about this on the channel before. If you haven't seen this video right here for the Calm app, you can go and check it out. Meditation is something I've been doing for a couple of years now, and it's changed the game for me in terms of mental clarity, in terms of production. It really, really helps to either break up your day or start your day on the right path. And it doesn't have to be sitting here on top of a mountain for 2 hours like it's just sitting down, closing your eyes, taking deep breaths, and just focus, zone out for like 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be super long at all. 5 minutes, like that's what I did for probably a year. There's a podcast called the 5-Minute Meditations. It's awesome. It's just music and it lasts for exactly 5 minutes. So when the music stops, you know you're done. 5 minutes is not a lot of time, guys. So encourage you to do that this week. Get a meditation going in the morning or in the afternoon, whatever it looks like. Close your eyes, put it on for 5 minutes, and you're done. Now, you'll start to build that up over time where it gets a lot more intentional, but starting there is phenomenal, and it centers you and it centers your thought processes for the rest of the day. Okay, the next big one is something that comes naturally to me anyway, and it's exercise. Moving your body is essential in the morning, and there's a lot that goes into this. There's a lot of science behind this that we're not going to jump into on this particular video, but getting up and moving your body sets you up for the day physically and mentally. It is huge. Again, it's all about what we get from it, right? It's the boost in your metabolism, the boost in your energy, the boost in your mood. All of these things come from exercise. And again, you don't have to be going and doing like a 1-hour class or a crazy workout first thing in the morning, but go and do it. Go for a walk, do some stretching, whatever that looks like. Just get your body moving in the morning, and it really, really helps. For me, it's jiu-jitsu first thing in the morning. Why do I love doing it in the morning? Well, one, again, because it's the only time I get to do it. But two, when I go in there, we do class and then we train and we spar together, I know the hardest part of my day is in the first hour. So I get the hardest part of my day out of the way, me and my homies strangling each other, trying to simulate death on each other. That's the hardest part of my day. I get it out of the way first thing. So the rest of the day is like, what is it? Or you're having trouble, in your real estate business? No problem. I've already had a big guy on my back today trying to kill me. This is easy. So you see how those things really help. If you have some kind of struggle that you voluntarily get involved with, it's huge to help you problem solve, to help your mental capacity. It is absolutely amazing for that. It doesn't have to be jiu-jitsu. It might be running if you hate running. It might be going to lift. It might be whatever. But if you put your body through something first thing in the morning, I'm telling you guys, if you've never done it before, it is the best way to start the day. Okay, the next one, again, is something I've been doing for a couple of years now, and it is journaling. Again, across the board, everyone journals. Now, what does this look like? I think this is, again, one of those things, kind of like meditation, that's been blown out of proportion, or you're only really hearing about the kind of, intense people who do it and they write novels and stuff every day. Journaling is not about that. It's just about getting what's in your mind out on paper so that you can move on and get some mental clarity. Now, for me, I use an app through the mentorship group I'm part of, but a lot of people do super duper simple stuff. Could be 3 things you're grateful for. Waking up in the morning hey, what am I grateful for today? Or what are my challenges going to be today? What's my goal for today? If you have big meetings coming up, what do I want the desired outcome for today to be? It might not take long, but getting it out there and getting it on paper and speaking it out does huge things for your mental clarity to focus on your day. So journaling is a big one. If it is problems that you're working through as well, those are really huge too. You can really start to unlock some solutions for your problems and some different thought patterns that you maybe didn't have before. So there's different journals you can grab which have questions that lead you into writing, or you can just grab a piece of paper, or you can just do it on a notepad, whatever way you want to do it, but just get some thoughts out, even if it's just listing things like, oh, yesterday this happened and it was a problem. Why? Okay, now I can try and resolve it today doing XYZ. So journaling like that really helps. And again, across the board in this book, is one of the key things that people are doing. All right, and the last one that goes across the board, guys, is fueling your body. We've worked out already. We've done a bunch of stuff. We've, drank a lot of water, we're hydrated, but actually putting fuel in our body is a big one for a lot of people. Now, this is really kind of personal preference. Some people like to eat early in the morning. I don't eat until about 11 o'clock. I do intermittent fasting like that. I start eating around about 11 o'clock in the morning, and then I stop eating at about 7 p.m. at night. For me personally, it helps me feel good, helps all my food digest. I feel great in the morning, tons of energy, and I'm good to go. For Mackenzie, not like that. She needs to eat pretty early in the morning to get things going. So it all depends on you, but finding a healthy pattern to your morning in terms of nutrition and what you're putting in your body is a big one for sure. So brain food, eggs and smoothies, oatmeal, whatever it is, at least consuming something healthy for the start of the day will set you up for the rest of it. So these are definitely things that I do, all of them. I think the biggest one, though, that people don't talk about is sleep. And sleep is a superpower. I put a video out that you can check out here, all about an app that helps you with your sleep called Rise. It's a really cool app, but sleep's one of those things where I ignored it for years. I was kind of built into this grinding culture where I was up early and going to bed late, and I don't care about being tired. I'll sleep when I'm dead and all this stuff. And at some point you're like, I actually feel dead right now because I don't sleep that much. So getting sleep is paramount to it. Research tells us about 7 to 9 hours of sleep is needed. I was on 4 hours for about 3 years a while back now. Now I get about 6 to 7, which works for me. If I get 7, I'm good to go. If I get 6, everything's fine. I can get through the day. But sleep is super duper important. So I've been doing a lot to focus on my sleep routines recently, and setting out a nighttime pattern as well is just as important as a morning routine, it turns out. So setting out a routine at nighttime, what that looks like, okay, for us it's like, okay, we like to watch TV at nighttime, but it's like, okay, we watch TV a couple of episodes or whatever, and then when we go to bed, we'll read so that, we're not looking at screens just before bed. And we have blackout curtains in the room and all that good stuff. So like getting healthy sleep is so good for you. And the last thing that I do at nighttime to prepare for the day ahead is I actually look out clothes for the morning. So I know I'm going to go and work out, like go jiu-jitsu in the morning, right? So instead of waking up early and like sneaking about my room and trying to get all the stuff I need for the morning before, and trying not to wake Mackenzie up, you just do it the night before. So the night before, I pull everything out before bed, I fold it and I put it on the bathroom floor. That's what I do. So I know when I walk into the bathroom, all the stuff I need is right there. I put it on, then I get out the door. Having that stuff there is actually one of these mental things that that you've chosen to do this already when you go to bed. So waking up early, it's like, okay, yeah, that's right, I've chosen to do this. If I don't have all that looked out in the morning, if the alarm goes off and you're like, oh, okay, I need to grab the clothes, I need to get this, I need to go and do this, and then I can go. Instead of having all that to do first, you're skipping that because you've done it all the night before, and now you're like, cool, let's walk in there, I don't have to think and put all this stuff on. It takes a mental barrier out of the way. Even a small thing like picking out clothes to wear to go to the gym is actually a big one to do. Nighttime, setting intentions and making decisions is huge. Someone said it on a podcast I listened to, you got to trust the you of yesterday about the decisions you have in the morning. So I've got to trust Lewi from last night, who was like, hey, in the morning, we're going to wake up, we're going to go and train, and it'll be great. I need to trust that guy. Instead of waking up the next morning being like, I hate that guy from last night. I need to trust him and then go ahead and get my day started. So guys, morning routines, starting your morning with intention is huge. It sets you up for the day. And if you can win the day, you can win the week. If you win the week, you win the month, the quarter, and the year. And that's how we keep progressing, guys. So start your mornings with intention. Let me know what you do in the morning in the comments below. I'd love to see if you do anything else as opposed to this. The book, guys, to check out is My Morning Routine by Benjamin Spall and Michael Zander. I'll put a link for it in the description to go and check out, and I encourage you to do that. All right, guys, take care.